and join us in sing praise.
Welcome, everyone. This beautiful day with no rain. Isn't it sweet? Got to put the raincoat aside for a day. I welcome all of you to Unity and to our beloved spiritual community. It's beautiful to see how love works and draws from the north and south and east and west, the land, the sea, the water. By right of consciousness, all those who are part of the spiritual family, they come by right of consciousness. Thank you for being those people. I'm very grateful to be here with you, and I love you all. It's my joy to be here for a time. And each day I thank God for the strength, energy, the power, and the youth to be able to continue doing that. Thank you, God. We're not aging, we're youthing, right? That's the way it goes. Yeah. I'd like to have us say a prayer. Will you join me, please? Opening our hearts and our minds, we now listen with joy at the sound of all those who have gathered. The sounds gently fade to the side as we think of the Spirit of God within us. For God is everywhere present. And that presence of God rushes to fill our being when we open our mind to receive. We go within now for just this moment. That's all it takes, Lord. And in that moment, you rush to fill us with all your love and wisdom, your strength, your power, your light. And we go forth now in this service and throughout our days as your expression, your arms, your hands, your feet. We will bring you into the world. We will go where you lead us. Thank you, God. So be it.
Good morning. Will you please sing the first verse of Namaste with us, and then find people that you know and don't know to greet, after which listen to the gong, which reminds all of us to get back in our seats.
Namaste. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of the Valley Spiritual Center. My name's Paul Whitney. I'm your service assistant this morning. It's so good to see this crowd out. I know for the past few days, people have been fearful to venture outside because of this strange glowing thing in the sky. It's called the sun. We haven't seen it in a while, but it's always there. And just like the sun, your inner Christ light is always there. We'd like to start our service each and every Sunday by honoring that inner Christ light by asking a young person to come forward to light our Christ candle. And sometimes we'd like to go back in time and invite somebody that used to be very tiny, is now less tiny, to come light the Christ candle. And this morning we have Six who's coming forward to light the Christ candle. Come on down. And Six used to be here when she was like Aiden and Owen's age, lighting the Christ candle. And she's returned to us this morning to honor us with her presence to light the Christ candle this morning. So Six, welcome back. Yeah, exactly. Playing a very important part this morning by visiting us and lighting our Christ candle to remind each and every one of us that no matter how much time has passed, how much change has occurred. Let's see if I can do this without getting it. There we go. Great. Took the two of us. No.
Sorry.
It's been a while, hasn't it,
Yeah,
Six?
it has.
All right. But it's always there, right? So we got the job done. So Six, you're going to join me out front here. And then everybody. Yeah, it is. The candles are kind of funny at this church.
It's a very special church.
Yes, it's a very special church. So Six, we can see your divine light, and we'd like to honor you by giving you your own very special blessing. So together, everybody, for Six, you are a beautiful child of God. Perfect in every way. You are loved unconditionally, just the way you are. Now let's give ourselves that blessing, because it's also true for us. I am a beautiful child of God. Perfect in every way. I am loved unconditionally, just the way I am. And I know there's other young people out there. Did anybody like to come down and join us? I know you do. They're coming. More Christ lights. You see how shy they are. Got to pull them up here. And so now Dulce Cantos is going to lead all of us in singing them out to their Sunday school class. Thank you. I wanted to keep singing, and I was cut short. Every Sunday we have prayer chaplains, and you can easily identify them because now they're standing, and they have these white stoles. But Pat Flores and Dan Perkins are here to pray with you if you have... and Cheryl Potts is back there in the back. They'll be in the sanctuary after the service. If you've got something you'd like to share and need prayer for, please seek them out. They hold everything in strict confidence, so make good use of their presence today. We have a lot going on in our community each and every week, and this week we have a lot of announcements, starting with, yes, the spring tea. It seems like yesterday we were running around in the social hall, giving a great experience of the spring tea. It's April 12th from 2 to 3:30. Tickets are, I don't have my glasses, they're $35. Thank you. I couldn't see if it was $30 or $35. And they're going to be available starting next week. This event usually sells out quite quickly, so if you're interested in it, snatch them up next week. It's usually a fantastic event. If nothing else, you get to see the men of Unity fumbling around. We don't fumble. We actually do a very good job. We don't fumble. But you get to see us dressed up in a bow tie once a year, and this is the time to do that. So please make plans for that. Also, our annual membership meeting is coming up on Sunday, February 23rd. That's in 2 weeks, if the math goes correctly. Now, everybody's invited to attend this annual membership meeting. You don't need to be an official member of the church, but you need to be an official member of the church to vote. And we vote on things like new board members, capital expenditures, things like that. And it's also a good time to just take a look at what's going on with our church, past, present, and future going forward. As many of you know, we're searching for a new senior minister, permanent senior minister, because you always say you're just here temporarily. So we got to find somebody to replace Reverend Micah when he leaves. He's not leaving, actually. He's just going to step down from the ministerial role eventually, but we're not going to let him leave. So please make a point to come to that meeting. So if you're interested in membership in our church, on March 15th from 10 to 2, there's a membership meeting. You can attend that meeting, see what membership entails. You're under no obligation. You get a free lunch. It's worth it just to show up for the free lunch and see what membership in Unity is all about. And I am suddenly there we go. Sunday, March 2nd, Carrie Hillary is going to be here as our guest speaker and our guest musician. And as oftentimes our guests do, they offer a workshop after the service at 11:45 a.m., so please mark your calendars for that. And Unity 101, the basic beliefs of unity, is going to be on Sunday, March 9th, 11:45 to 1:45. So when people ask you, well, what is unity? What do you guys believe? This class will help you give a cogent answer to those people when they do it. We know that you know what unity is about. You just experienced it when we were going around hugging and greeting each other. But this workshop explores all the facets and truth principles, and they'll be using the book Lessons in Truth by Emily Cady. And that's available in our bookstore, and I believe there's some copies in our library for loan as well. And understanding and coping with change. Reverend Micah's spouse, David Deerfeeder, is going to be facilitating this class during the workshop. I found this interesting. David's going to present 2 effective systems. Only 2? What if I need 3? Sometimes change happens a lot. So anyway, March 22nd, 10 to 12, come to this workshop if you want more effective strategies on how to deal with change. Now I'm going to ask you to change right now. I want you to take a deep breath, center yourself, and repeat with me our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good. Now, Dulce Cantus is going to bless us again with their singing.
Join me now, if you will. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. Sit back and relax. Allow yourself to breathe in natural and easy manner, perhaps breathing into your nose and exhaling through your mouth gently, easily, slowing down long enough to be present. I'm calm. I'm poised. I'm centered now in the presence of pure spirit. For God and I and all are one. There are no exceptions, no exclusions, no rejections. Nothing I could ever do or have done to me could change the love of God that is for me and flows through me to all the universe. I relax now in that love as it flows from within me. Easily and gently it radiates through every cell, every organ of my body, from the top of my cranium to the tips of my toes. I am one with the love of God. And the love of God enfolds me. It infills me. It thrills through me. It brings peace and health and order. That one presence and one power that God is, I am. I am one with that presence, for it is one with me. I am a point of awareness in the mind of God, and God loves me, and through me, God is loving the world. I think about all those that I love now, and all I have loved, and those who love me still. As they come to mind, I remember. Divine love can never end or be lost, for love is eternal. It's not bound by time or space. Love, divine love, is the mystical presence of God itself in me. I needn't go anywhere. I needn't spend any time in any particular posture or prayer to be closer to God. For I could never be closer than I am right now. I am one with God. As I go through each day now, I remember it is not I, but the Christ, the Spirit we call the Christ within, that goes with me. It is not I that has to do everything, but the Spirit of God I am can do all things. So I relax now. I will do all that I must do, all that is before me that ought to be done by me in this day and all the days to come. For I am more than this mortal form. I am Spirit. Rest now in that truth. Relax and remember the Father's love and I are one. And I am held now in the arms of that precious love of God, safe, secure, at peace in the silence. There is not now, nor can there ever be, an absence of God anywhere. So there can never be an absence of love. Knowing this, I am at peace. So be it. Of us, read the daily word every day. Just raise your hand. Well, there's a handful, but there's a good handful. Quite a few of us. To me, it's a beautiful way of beginning the day. And if you're not receiving this daily devotional, it's so cheap and it's so wonderful to be able to get that from Unity, Silent Unity, and then allow your mind to settle and rest on those truths that it brings each day. It always seems to be the right one. But I looked a little bit ahead. Today I looked at, since we're about to experience that wonderful day each year where we celebrate love, Valentine's Day. So I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. February the 14th says, I am an expression of love. Today I celebrate love. I give thanks for my loved ones and for the relationships that fill my heart with joy. I might be moved to express love and appreciation through greeting cards, a chat, on the phone, or by spending time with a partner or special friend. I'm surrounded by and enfolded in divine love. And centered in this awareness, I love unconditionally. Thank you, God. And in Scripture we read in John 15:9, abide in my love. Abide in my love. You know, I have a cousin that loved me dearly. Well, she still does. And she called and said, I'm coming out to visit, which was a surprise. She's never been here. And so I thought, well, good, great. I haven't seen her. And so we spoke about some things we'll go and do when she gets here. And so her plane was to arrive, and we were waiting outside in front of the airlines. And she went to the baggage claim, but she hadn't had anything to drink for all the hours it took to get there. And she was just dehydrated. And she felt weak, and she said she just felt so sort of dizzy as she went to the carousel to pick up her baggage. And God bless her, she's not a child, like, we're of the same vintage. So she, being dehydrated, she saw her bag and she leaned forward to get it, but in doing so, she felt that faint coming on, and she fainted and fell forward onto the carousel. Well, people rushed to catch her and so on, but the carousel went on with her on top of the bag. But not to worry, she came around eventually. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. Get you thinking about love and light and all the beautiful things that God is and in us and in our lives. And I do have a real cousin. She just isn't coming to visit right now. I have questions. I suppose that we all do. I assume that some of those questions might be like, how can we change our lives for the better? How can we change our world for the better? And so I'd let my heart just seek some answers this week. What can I do given where I am, Vacaville, who I am, what I have or don't have? What can I do to make this a better world? And what came up to me, which is almost inevitable for me, the Master Jesus said, and we see Jesus as the master teacher, way shower, the one who came before and is now has expressed fully his divinity and showed us what it's like and how we are to be as we continue on in life. He said, abide in love. That love would be the answer. And of course, my mind started to go there and thought, well, that's wonderful. Love will help. But how will that change the world? And then I remembered, if I love myself, eventually I begin to feel that love for others. And if I don't love myself, it's very hard to love others. He said, if I wish to change the world, I want the power to change. For the better, I need to love. This is the key to change the world. Abide in my love. Love is not a transcendent, mystical aura that somehow or another some days may fill us and some days not be there. It's not like the 60s that I remember vividly. Some of it anyway. I have to be honest, I did inhale, but just a little bit here and there. Got my ear pierced again. The hole was still there, but it wasn't working because it had been a few years. And the woman said, how long ago was this done? And I said, 57 years ago. And she said, what? And it was done with the potato in San Francisco on Haight Street. What? So in the 60s, this notion of love the one you're with had a totally different meaning. What we're suggesting and Jesus is advising is that love of God, the Spirit of God, and the love that God is that's there within me, if I go there and then approach the world, it's not just me doing this. It's God in me, through me, as me, doing whatever it is before me. It may be just cleaning the house or doing the dishes or getting things ready for the persons that you're serving at home, the neighborhood, reaching out, finding someone who's less able. It may just be taking care of yourself for the day, really taking care of yourself. But love will give me the power, that spiritual power, to do all those things, and I don't have to worry that I, the human, the mortal, have not the strength to do those, or the power, or the wisdom to know how. I can know for sure that if I align myself with that which is true of me, the spirit of my being, then that spirit will lead me. Well, actually, in some cases, I say to my spirit self, this one's big, and I don't feel ready for it. So I'm going to go and show up, and you're going to take this one. You do this. And inevitably, I come through it well. There is a way we can turn over everything to that power within us. And the power within us is not just an outer expression of power like the human would be, but it's a deep and abiding strength that comes from knowing that being one with God, I will always have the wisdom, the strength, the power, everything that is necessary for me to do what is before me to do. We live in a different reality today, don't we? Remember that the past expressions of love necessarily weren't the only. That mystical love that we give and receive changes things. It changes the world. It changes everything. It's filled with joy, filled with empathy. It's filled with the power to comfort hearts. Paula McDeachy, that I knew many years ago at school, at Unity Village, she wrote an article recently that said, the life-changing power of Jesus' message is meaningful through us. We are the hands, the feet, the heart, the voice, the love of the Christ. As we approach our loved ones and give thanks for all that we've been given, we share our good with those less fortunate. It isn't just we who do the work, but God through us. Affirm our shared humanity and hold high the vision for global understanding and world peace. We need that, don't we? To wake up in the morning and realize that for a day there's world peace. Wouldn't that be a joy? But when, in this way, we pay homage to all the teachings of Jesus and those who come before, whose love and wisdom and courage and compassion changed our lives and changed the world. He said, love one another as I've loved you. And he loved putting it all on the line. There was nothing that he held back. Whatever I can do or be to be there for you, I will do. Using our spiritual mind, because we have a human mind, and also we can see through the spiritual mind. We realize that we must love all in a community. There can be no exceptions. Even one person, if it's excluded, rejected, or abandoned, we have no community at all. It's either all or nothing. Take a deep breath on that one. There can be no exceptions to a community based on in and through love, the love of Christ. I can use my voice to speak for those of every nationality, every color, every shape, every size, every nationality, straight, gay, trans, whatever. We're the diversity, the rainbow of God's love, God's life, God's being on earth. But all my family, all your family, they have no voice, some. Some have been rejected, silenced, marginalized. Am I responsible for them? I'm responsible for my sisters. If I see them in pain, I feel that pain. I can't even I can't let myself go to the Humane Society. As I walk by and see the dogs in the cage, I want to take them all out and let them free. How much more can I empathize with those who are in pain? The women of the world are suffering because they can't feed their children and must watch them starve. Those who are rejected and now have no homes. We are responsible for each other, but only to do what we can do, where we are, as we are. No more. No more is asked of us than to do what we can. And the greatest of all things that we can do for them is to pray. We believe in the power of prayer. Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, made that the center of her life once she realized that through prayer she had healed what was considered at the time a process of terminal death. She didn't die. She laid back and prayed and blessed her body, and she began to see the evidence of that blessing of her body and praying for her body, and she saw the healing. Prayer then became a part of our whole mission, and still is. Silent Unity continues to pray every day for all of us, and especially for those who ask for prayer. So if there's a special need for you or with you or your family, reach out. I'm sure it's the same, but I've memorized it years ago when I worked there. I hope it's the same number. 1-800-NOW-PRAY. 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Can we say that together? 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Good, it's impregnated in your mind. So if you have a need, middle of the night, doesn't make any difference. 24 hours a day, there's someone who loves you and is sitting there on the phone, ready to listen and to remind you that God's love is there within you and for you, surrounding you and all that for whom you pray. I hear people say, steer your own boat, stay in your own lane, take care of your own, the rest have to take care of themselves. People made themselves sick, not me, so I'm not responsible for them if they're living on the street. I'm not responsible if they don't have anything. Do what you can, as you can. Even as the prayer for the woman that I saw last night walking, obviously aged, wrapped in coat after coat and scarf after scarf, pushing a cart that she could barely move ahead. And I was freezing in the car with the heater on. My only thought was, that could be my mother out there. We must do what we can do as we can where we are. If it's only the prayer, that only prayer can do great work. It'll change the world to help out there. We turn within, which is the but. In order to do all this, to be able to have the courage and the strength to do what we've talked about, to be there for others and pray for others, to answer the question, how do I know what to do? I turn within to the presence of God that will tell me, this is yours to do. The universe is just so amazing because God is the universe in expression. The universe expresses all of God. The right people, the right circumstances, the right conditions, the right guidance will come from the outer, and the direction will come from within. You ever had that happen? You're praying for the right action to occur, the right person to come, and the next thing you know, the circumstance, coincidental, synchronicity, something happens, and that person shows in your life. Dr. Emily Cady wrote the book we talked about, Lessons in Truth, that I'm going to use when I teach that class in the weeks to come. That book, Lessons in Truth, was the first book written and published by Unity. It was written by Dr. Cady. First in chapters that were in little paragraphs, in chapters for the pamphlets they used to send out. There was no internet, so we couldn't get our messages that way. It remains the most beloved book that Unity sells and publishes. You can get it here in our bookstore. It's a great read. It'll change your life. It lays the foundation with its 12 lessons for the study of truth, the fundamentals of Unity teaching. This is what she said of love, to give you a little hint about the beauty of the book. You may be so busy with doing and the outgoing of love to help others, which is wonderful and godlike as far as it goes, that you find no time to go apart. But the command, or rather the invitation, is come away by yourself and rest a while. Mark 6:31. And it's the only way, she says, in which you will come ever again and gain definite knowledge, true wisdom, newness of experience, steadiness of purpose, and power to meet the unknown, which must come in our daily lives. Doing is secondary to being. I have to hear that. For me, I'll say it again. Doing is secondary to being. I'm prone to see a need to act. She's suggesting, inviting us to step back first, become centered in that presence within us, that not I, but we go forth to do this work. And then the work really changes. It becomes a powerful work. The power to meet the unknown is there within us, which must come into all of our daily lives. We just can't do it on our own. You ever tried that? I don't need anybody's help. I'm going to do it all myself. It doesn't work for me. When we consciously turn to that truth, to the presence within us, then it radiates from us. And it accomplishes works that we wouldn't have done before without our ever running to and fro. We find ourselves being capable of and doing things that are of great help to others. If you have no time for the quiet meditation, and these words jumped off the page for me, make time, take time, find time. Watch carefully, and you will find that there are some things, even in the act of unselfish doing, that would be better left undone than that you should neglect that regular meditation each day. I won't ask you to raise your hands. What you pray and how you pray, how you meditate, how you step aside is your work to do with God within you. But my hope and my prayer will be that you will do so. You'll take the time each day to step aside, if it's only to take a walk around the neighborhood, and as you do, to simply breathe and relax and turn your attention to the presence of God everywhere, and here with you and through you, present in your life. Make time. Take time. This is the love that's always the answer to every question. So whatever the question, the answer is love. Because God is love. And God will always be the answer. Turn within and then approach the day. Turn within and then do what is before you. And it will be done in divine order. The answer to every question, no matter the question, is love is the answer. And now we'll have our affirmation. If you'll join me, let's affirm it together. Love is the answer. One more time with a little power. Love is the answer. So if somebody dares ask you, what is the answer? You have the response. You know what I mean. Turn to love and turn to God. God bless you.
Thank you, Dolce Cantus. Weren't they great? Another round for them. There are so many ways in which we invite people to give here at Unity of the Valley. You can give of your time in one of our many volunteer opportunities. You can give of your talent, like Dolce Cantus has given. Wait, are you guys getting paid for this? No, I'd say no. It's in the mail. Yeah, it's in the mail. Just like with my check, it's in the mail. So you can give of your talent, and you can also give of whatever you consider to be your treasure. We never dictate what to give, but we do ask that when you do give, as Reverend Micah just spoke about, that you give from a place of love. So our ushers are down here in front of us, ready to come around and accept those offerings. But before we do that, we would like to give our offerings a special blessing. So together, God's love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. I am grateful. Wow. So, yeah, give him a round of applause. So to conclude our service, we ask, as you're able, to stand, and you can reach out and join hands. If you're not comfortable joining hands, you can just keep your hands at your side. But we're going to form like a little circle around the sanctuary and conclude by singing our peace song.
are loved now and always. I love you. Unity loves you. And God always loves you. Have a wonderful week. Share that love. Thank you.